Good evening, my name is Kacper Paradowski and you're watching Poland Daily News. The London summit of the North Atlantic Alliance was a success. As for Polish affairs in the alliance, as well as the security of Central Europe, the summit was also a victory for Poland. These were the words spoken by the Polish President Andrzej Duda after the meeting of the 29 leaders of NATO countries in the British capital. Today's session lasted only 3 hours.
Despite the fact that many experts said many different things before the NATO summit, none of these bad forecasts turned out to be true. There is an agreement in the alliance, we have the same point of view for most of the matters, safety among others. I'm going to say the same thing that I said at the beginning. This is a huge success of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. This is also a great success of Poland, because all that was promised to us came true. There is no doubt that this is another summit of NATO that helped us increase our safety.
We have agreed to the updated plan for the Baltic countries and Poland. So I welcome that, and it shows that we are able to also move forward and update and revise plans, including the defense plans for the Baltic countries and Poland, as we did today.
70 years on, we are rock solid in our commitment to NATO and to the giant shield of solidarity that now protects 29 countries and nearly 1 billion people. The fact that we live in peace today demonstrates the power of the simple proposition at the heart of this alliance, that for as long as we stand together, no one can hope to defeat us.
Marian Banaś, President of the Supreme Audit Office, will not resign, although he was ready for such a step. The politician changed his mind because, as he said, he became the subject of a brutal political game. Banaś declared that he would continue his mission at the Supreme Audit Office. At the same time, he announced that he is ready to waive his immunity and face any questions of investigators.
I wish to declare that I was ready to step down as the President of the Supreme Audit Office. Regretfully, I came to the conclusion that my person became a subject of a brutal political game. Today, some doubts regarding my past were raised. I consider them libelous and untrue.
Nie mogę pozwolić, by stała się ona przedmiotem politycznych rozgrywek i targów.
Marian Banaś oświadczył, że planował.
In other parts of his statement, Marian Banaś stressed the importance of Lech Kaczynski in the creation of a modern idea of controlling of the state administration. He stated that he is an avid follower of that idea, and in the spirit of responsibility for the statehood of Poland, he will continue his mission of the presidency of the Supreme Audit Office.
I think we are facing a war between Marian Banaś and the Law and Justice Party. It was no coincidence that he earned his nickname as Armored, because despite all these allegations floating in the media, Banaś continues to claim to be clean and blames other people for making up false accusations. The worst is that it is at the cost of the reputation of a very important office in the state. First of all, where is the President of Poland? We need to hear the voice of the head of our state, a voice of a person who had received a popular vote from the majority of voters in our country. We need to hear his opinion on such neuralgic moments. This is for sure a glimmer of hope that he presents an openness and readiness to waive his immunity and face the possible questioning and alleged misconduct.
As we have learned from the Speaker of the Sejm, Elżbieta Witek, the next session of the lower house will have a report on the agenda containing the results of Mr. Banaś's investigation by Mariusz Kamiński, the Minister of Interior and Administration.
The House of Representatives Intelligence Commission, led by Democrat Adam Schiff, presented a report on their work clearly incriminating Donald Trump. The president himself claims that the report is completely biased. The Republicans, on the other hand, stand shoulder to shoulder with the American president.
This report chronicles a scheme by the President of the United States to coerce an ally, Ukraine, that is at war with an adversary, Russia, into doing the president's political dirty work. It involves a scheme in which Donald Trump withheld official acts, a White House meeting, as well as hundreds of millions of dollars of needed military assistance in order to compel that power to deliver 2 investigations that he believed would assist his re-election campaign.
Impeachment hoax is going nowhere. The Republican Party has never been so unified as it is right now. I have never seen anything like it. You know, I used to tell you, I said the one thing, the Republicans are better politicians, they have better policies.
Adam has a hard time with the truth. Because Adam said just a few days ago, in his words, he is going to send the president back to the golden throne he came from. Adam had made his mind up long before. He just didn't have the proof, so he had to write his own story. If you read his report, he only picks what he wants, and he still does not have anything overwhelming, compelling, or bipartisan.
For the hearings, we don't get a lawyer. We don't get any witnesses. We want Biden. We want the son, Hunter. Where's Hunter? We want the son. We want Schiff. We want to interview these people. Well, they said, no, you can't do it. We can't do it. So when it's fair, and it will be fair in the Senate, I would love to have Mike Pompeo. I'd love to have Mick. I'd love to have Rick Perry and many other people testify.
Even though Congress looks like they're divided, there is something that the Speaker has said just this year that I think unites the entire nation. What she said, I think almost everybody agrees with, exactly right here. Impeachment is so divisive to the country that unless there's something so compelling and overwhelming and bipartisan, I do not think we should go down the path because it divides the country.
President's own misconduct, then we are begging for more of the same. We are signaling to any future president they can engage in whatever corruption, malfeasance, or negligence, and they are beyond accountability.
Piotr Duda, alongside other Solidarity Movement leaders, took part in an audience today with Pope Francis. During the Wednesday general audience, the Holy Father mentioned the blessed priest Jerzy Popiełuszko, the patron of the Solidarity Movement.
I especially greet the organizers and participants of the conference dedicated to Father Jerzy Popiełuszko, which took place at the Pontifical Urban University, initiating the exhibition dedicated to him. Thank you for maintaining the memory of this zealous priest and martyr who was barbarically murdered by communist services. He sacrificed his life out of love for Christ, the Church and the people, especially those deprived of their freedom and dignity.
That is all for tonight. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for Poland Daily Business. Good night.